Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on today to give you a quick little video on, well, I guess we'll see if it's quick or not, a quick little video on a few ways to wear headbands this summer. I think it's a great accessory and a way to add a little bit of fun or a little bit of polish to an outfit depending on the way you go with it. And I know that I posted a look on Instagram a while ago and people were really curious about those headbands. So I did link a couple of the headbands that are options. I really like using the ones that are wired, and I did pick up a few off of Amazon to try out, and I've had some great success with them. I got two different kinds, so we'll be using those, and I will link them in the description bar if I can so that you guys can check out the ones that I got. So like I said, it's a great way to just add some fun and color to your wardrobe this summer, and I really enjoy using them. So we'll do a few different looks, and hopefully you guys will try some of these out this summer. So first, I'd like to show you the two types of headbands that I got to be able to use today. So this is a stiffer wired headband, still very flexible and easy to use, but this one is definitely a little bit thicker than the other one that I picked up, and it is pre-tied on the end so that when you twist this, you'll already have a pre-made bow to work with. You certainly can hide that, which we'll go through when we get into some of those techniques, but I do like that this one, it does have wire all the way through the end, so it does have a nice firm bow to it. Then I also got ones that are a little bit, this is really just essentially a piece of fabric with a very thin wire to it. The nice thing is it does hold its shape a little bit better than just using like a piece of ribbon or fabric, so you will get a little bit more firm out of them, but they are also more malleable and flexible, which is great for a couple of the techniques that we will be working with. So we're just gonna go through and start with the traditional, like all of your hair down, just pulling a little bit of a headband on. I really enjoy doing this when maybe my hair's getting a little bit dirty, or sometimes if your hair's getting a little frizzy around the sides, it's a great way to hide some of that. And you can either choose to leave out a little bit of hair, which is a little bit more of the more trendy new way to do it. It gives you a little bit more relaxed look, or you can choose to just pull all of your hair back, and I'll show you both so that you can kind of choose which way you'd like to go. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and go through with the more firm headband first, just so you guys can see. Let's stop for just a second. I wanted to mention that if you're curious about the way I had my hair styled in the beginning of this video, please check out my last video, which is the tousled wave tutorial. It's going to be a great way to build a foundation for any of these looks we're going to be doing. You can wear those waves for day 1 or day 2 and then move into one of these great headband looks. Well, I'm going to go through and just take all of my hair back. Now, when you do this, you might want to, depending on if your hair has set in a part line, a little bit of teasing might be necessary to get it to all stay back. And I do usually tend to tease a little bit in the back, just because I think I've told you guys, I get this crazy part that goes like halfway down my head in the back. So I like to just tease at the very base just to almost glue that together. So what you'll do is you'll take all of your hair and just lift it up. And this is really great because this wire makes it so easy to work with. I'm just going to choose to use a little bit of hairspray just to hold all of the hair back. Going through with Paul Mitchell Extra Body Hairspray. This is my favorite ride or die hairspray. Can't live without it, and because it really helps give you a little extra volume and shine, but it has humidity resistance, it's perfect for the summer. So I like to leave my headband a little bit over my ear. You can certainly tuck it up if you want, but you'll simply just take the two sides and give it a little bit of a twist. And I like to kind of go off center. And then all you have to do is shape it. Like I said, you can take a comb, and I'm just taking sections that go this way along the head, starting in the back. And my hair is about 5 days dirty right now. So this is really the time that you start pulling out the techniques that are gonna give you still a little bit of style, but not require you to wash your hair. It's going down tonight though, the hair is being washed. It's time. So I'm just taking sections, and like I said, this isn't even as much for the volume as it is for keeping the hair back and avoiding that little split that I get. So you guys will have to tell me, do you prefer, let me know in the comment bar, do you prefer tutorials that are like more casual and chatty talk throughs like this, or do you like something that's quick and concise with with more like voiceover work, or do you like a little bit of both? I'm trying to do a little bit of both, but let me know what you guys like. Obviously, I want to do what you guys enjoy the most, but I feel like this way it's just kind of like we're friends doing our hair together. So just taking that hair, and then you've got your cute little headband look. So that is the way to style it. And I think that these wire headbands are just so cute, and I don't mind a big bow. Like I'm gonna rock it. If you don't like such a big bow, the less wired ones are a little bit easier to make smaller, but I'm all about it. Like bigger the better. So there is option 1 for you guys. So now we'll go through and do a headband look where you leave some of the hair down around your face. So simply that's all you have to do is go ahead and leave a little bit of the hair that's in front of your ears down. And I think it looks best if you just kind of grab more random chunks rather than divide it completely, like perfectly, just because then that way when you pull it back there's not like a perfect seam. So this is another one of the firm headbands, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys you can actually tie it underneath. Sometimes it might be easier to clip up your hair first or just put a little bit of a ponytail in to control it. So that's what I'll do. I'll just throw a little ponytail in just to make sure that I grab all of that hair. So now we'll take this headband, this cute little polka dot one. Doesn't quite go with my lipstick shade, but we're just gonna roll with it. And so then I'm just taking it and tying that headband underneath, and you can just take that bow and flatten it out against the base of your head, and then that way you won't have that big bulge underneath, so it flattens out really nice and easily. And again, I've still got some of that teasing in from before. So usually I'm about like 1 to 2 inches away from the hairline. So this is a great way to just add a little accessory to your hair. It helps disguise maybe the fact if you are really needing a hair wash, and it does help control if you get a little frizzy around your hairline. It will control some of that, but you still get to have some hair around your face if that's something that you feel more comfortable with. So we'll continue on to another look. So let's go ahead and do a little side braid. I'm gonna use one of the more flexible headbands for this because we're actually gonna incorporate this into our braid. So it'll add a little interest and a little depth to your braid, and it's still a great way to get your hair out of your way. So we're going to take a hairband to tie our hair into a side ponytail. And I might choose to flip all of my hair over to the opposite side. This is going to just give me a little bit of added volume because my hair is used to flipping to the other side of my part. So that's a little tip. Anytime if you're looking for that added volume, you can always just switch your part to the other side, and it does usually boost your locks a little bit. So once I've got my hair parted off to the side, I'm just going to take a low ponytail. And the thing about this is you want the ponytail to be secure, but we're actually going to wrap that ponytail holder with the scarf. And then that way you'll be able to hide that. So it won't really matter where you place it because it'll actually be hidden. And once you've got it the way you want it to look, now we'll go through. So unless you have incredibly long hair, you're going to want to double this up and fold it into half. Otherwise, it'll be out way too long at the end. So that's what I went ahead and did. And I'm just going to wrap this around the hair. And then I'm going to choose, let me show you guys before I do it. I'm going to just come into that hole where it's wrapped and pull the ends right through. So I'll just take that loop and pull these ends through. So then that will be nice and secure for me. And just push it up to where it needs to be. Tighten it up. Okay, so now we've got our scarf, or our headband, if you will, and we're going to take and divide that ponytail into 2 sections. So you're just going to do a 3-strand traditional braid, but one of the strands will be actually your headband. So just outside over the middle, outside over the middle, outside over the middle, and just alternating those sides. And so this just gives a little fun twist. And then when it's all done, if you want to, you can just wrap that headband around the bottom of the ponytail. Let me just grab that one little piece I missed. This is a great way to have a little braid, and you get to have a little fun. It's a great way to add a little color to your outfit. There we go. And then I can expand this. And it's just like a fun little mix-up. And like I said, you could do something with a lot of fun bright color, or you could do something like a floral print is really pretty. So it's a great way to just add a little interest, and you can expand the headband a little bit. So there's one more look. Okay, so I went ahead and placed my hair into a high ponytail for this next look, and I did choose to leave some face framing pieces out just to keep it a little softer. And I didn't go for like a really perfect, like straight slicked back ponytail. I'm just looking to get it up but still leave a little bit of rumple, and I actually choose to pull out a little bit more for this. Let me come in so you guys can see. So it's just got some really nice texture, and you can go ahead and go through, and I just take this little top section here and I'll spray again with a little bit of Extra Body finishing spray from Paul Mitchell, just right at the root. And then we're gonna come through and use the teeth of our comb just to back comb a little bit underneath that base. You don't really need a lot, just enough to kind of give a little vavoom at the top there. Oh, there's always one guy that likes to stick up. So now I'm gonna choose to wrap the ponytail with a little bit of my hair. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it does make a little bit more of a finished end result. If I get a second to show you guys in a zoomed up clip, I will. I know that I do have one that I filmed for that tousled ponytail tutorial a while ago, so you can check that one out on how to pin this piece of hair. Otherwise, if I get a second, I'll try to have my lovely filming assistant help me out with that. So I'm just gonna place one bobby pin in to help secure that hair, but now the ponytail is covered. Here's a little close-up on how to secure the hair around that ponytail. Once you've wrapped the hair all the way around, you're gonna take those ends and place them at the very base of the ponytail. Take a bobby pin without opening it and grab some of the hair just above that area. So that'll be hair that you've already wrapped around the ponytail. Make sure you place the bobby pin all the way to the base of your ponytail and just simply tuck that hair around those ends, and it'll be super secure. And then we're gonna go through with our headband. So I'm gonna choose one of the more just like wired scarves. This will have a little bit more flexibility, and you guys will be able to see the effect of a smaller bow. And then we'll go ahead and tuck that bow away in case you wanna see what it would look like without the bow. So I'm just gonna go through the bottom. And you wanna just get it kind of equally lined up. And again, we're just gonna twist. So this one won't have as defined of a bow or as large of tails, so that might be your jam. And then you just simply use the wire and the fabric to just twist until you get it to where you're wanting it. So that can be a super cute, like summery look. Again, I just like to have my ears mostly covered. That's just my preference. You don't have to do that, but I just think that this is so cute. It's like a great summer vibe. And if you don't want the bows showing, if you really just want it to look almost like a knotted headband, then you simply just come in and tuck the tails right behind. I feel like this wire helps keep it a little bit more secure than like a stretchy headband. I find that if you get too, with any headband, if you get it too silky of fabric though, they like start to slip back, but this really helps the headband stay in place. So that's another fun summary option for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna do one more high ponytail, and I went and left a little bit of hair out, but not a lot, because we're actually gonna do 2 looks with a messy bun. That would actually be 4. 2 looks with a messy bun. So I know I've done a little messy bun tutorial on Instagram before, but it was a pretty quick one. So I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do my messy buns, and I'll just give you a little bit of detail. So we're going to take the front of the ponytail and separate it from the back. And then I'm going to take a comb or a brush, depending on what you want to use, and just lightly back comb both of those sections. So again, we're just looking to add a little bit of volume and expansion in that, but it'll give us more hair to work with when we wrap. So I'm going to take the front section and wrap this in one direction. And once I get that placed where we want it, sorry, that light is like, that one right there is at a really inconvenient spot. And I don't mind a few little pieces sticking out. I like that. I think it looks a little bit more casual. And I'm really just looking to secure this piece, and then I'll expand it when I pinch and pull. So if you have longer or heavier hair, I really like to use what I like to call Roberts. So these are roller pins, so they're actually almost like a bigger version of a bobby pin, and these work really great when you're taking bigger sections and you're looking to secure that. So you'll notice that I don't open these pins. A lot of times that's a big mistake that people make. Usually you really don't need to open a pin. That's why there's that little hook right there, if you can see that. It's so that the pin grabs exactly the amount of hair that it needs to anchor itself into the look. So I'm just going to take a little bit of what's above and push it over that piece of hair where the ends are and push it right through into the bun. And one will probably almost be enough. I might want one in the back here. So again, I'm just grabbing a little bit of that hair, anchoring down to the base of my hair that's in that ponytail, and then pushing right through. And we'll take this side and do the same thing. So you can see you get a little bit more volume and structure from it. And then now I can go through and just piece and pull it where I want it to be, but that little bit of ruching that we did, or back combing or back brushing, is going to just give us a little bit more to work with. And I like, because it's really tied in 2 sections, you're able to sort of manipulate and move it around a little bit more, and you can make it messier or a little neater. And then once this is mostly in place how I want it, give it a little spray, and then a couple pins. So depending on how good of a day you're having, it might be like a 3 or 4 pin day, it might be a 6 pin day, but definitely if you're using those bigger pins, it doesn't take as many to do. So just give you guys a quick little zoom up. So I really like that. And again, I like to just have a little bit imperfect ponytail to start with, just because it leaves the look feeling more casual. So now we'll go through and add our headband in. So you can do this 2 ways. You can wrap it around the base and tie it underneath for a cute little bowed look on the bottom. My baby hairs are real, y'all. Crazy. Okay. So you can just cinch that down below. And we'll just give it a little twist. You could also do the knot up above if you want the knot to not be at the base, but I'm just showing you guys all the options. So this is really great if you have naturally wavy or curly hair and it's started to revert a little bit around the base of your hair, because it kind of hides the little frizzy bits that you can get. So I love doing this. And then if you wanted to detail these pieces, smooth them or curl them with a curling iron, you could, but I like it just as it is. And you can make this like scarf part of the headband as thick or as thin as you want. And if you want it thicker, or I'm sorry, thinner, then you just tuck it under and tuck some of the fabric away. But I actually like it big, just like the thickness of the band. So I'm gonna keep it as thick as it is, but you can very easily just fold that fabric. So this is a great way to add a little bit of fun to your messy bun. I think that it's great to add a little bit of color, or like I said, if your hairline is starting to revert and get a little bit more wavy again, this can hide that. And it's just a great way to get your hair out of the way in those hot months. You guys, I just realized that from flipping my head over to put my ponytails in, I had mascara like all up here. So sorry about that. I'm not gonna start over again. So you're just gonna have to deal with the crazy mascara smudges. Managed to clean it up a little bit, but that was pretty hilarious. So my apologies. But now we'll go ahead and I'm just gonna actually take this down to show you guys the other way that you can detail your bun. And we're actually gonna wrap this right up around the base of our bun. So we'll take this one down. I'm kind of liking this lipstick. This is a new shade that I just got in my BoxyCharm for the month. This is the Dose of Colors in Strawberry Pop, and I really like it. It's that perfect like summer, like red pink. What do you guys think? Little extra spray just to smooth this out. Okay, so we're just gonna take another one of the more like flexible ones. I really like the more wiry ones for wearing as an actual headband, but the tail on them is just too big to be able to use for a lot of other reasons. So this way you can use these, and we're just going to accent around that bun with the scarf. And this is just a great way to add a little bit of color into your outfit, especially if you have a solid colored dress on and you're looking to add a little bit of flair to it. This is a perfect way to get that summer look, and you can really dress up any outfit and make it a little bit more fun. So I hope you guys found this little video helpful. I think headbands are a great way to add some fun to your summer wardrobe, and it's certainly a great way to get your hair out of the way in the hot months. So let me know if you like these casual little do our hair together videos, if you would prefer that I do a voiceover, and if you have any suggestions for the future, go ahead and drop them in the comment bar down below. Like the video if you guys had fun or learned something, and I can't wait to see you in the future. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'll see you soon.